Hi, I'm Mike. We're here at the downstairs showroom of ATB Guitars in Cheltenham, UK, and we have here our second unboxing video for you. Today there's some good stuff in here. I know some of the items which we're going to pull out, and I'm quite excited to show it to you, so stick to the end of the video and you'll see some really nice choice pieces which I hope you enjoy. Okay, so this is a 1962 Gibson Les Paul SG Standard. It's in excellent condition, and we actually bought this from a bona fide rock star. Now, I'm not going to get into deep about who this might be, but if you were into pop punk bands of the early 2000s, yeah. Is it? Yep. Yeah. Then you will have definitely heard of this person. And the introduction of this guitar contained a bit of an Easter egg for you, so you could work that out for yourself. Anyhow, this is a 1962 SG. This one's really nice because it's got a really nice big fat neck, which you don't normally get with these. So it's quite a cool example. No brakes, no repairs, headstock okay, heel okay, the really nice smooth heel joint which I had in 1962 as well, and in really nice condition. Right then, I know what this one is, and I remember when I bought it thinking I've got to have this. It's one of the finest examples I've seen for ages. This, as you can see, is the case is a little bit tatty, but the guitar itself is a near mint condition 1964 Gibson SG Jr in vibrant cherry red with the original soft case. I'll hand this over to you, Daff, because I know you're one of the SG fans here. This one's 1964, so it's got the big neck, big Gibson neck, which everyone likes, which they had in 64 and 59. Single pickup, single really powerful pickup. Light as a feather, gravity defying guitar, so if you have any back problems... Oh, yeah,
and original strap. Original strap, yeah, very nice.
Original 60s Gibson strap as well. It's, we haven't had one in that condition for ages, have we?
No. No, colours. Not in this colour.
No.
Yeah.
Normally they'll be faded to a sort of almost like a root beer colour, but when they were brand new, this is how they looked, and it's quite rare to find SGs from this era still looking in that deep, lovely cherry red. Okay, this one, I know what this one is. This one is something which we haven't had for ages. And we've been emailed by various people saying, "Oi, why haven't you got any lefties?" So to all these people, now we do. Here is a beautiful condition 1972 Fender Telecaster, and obviously you can see it's not just any old Fender Telecaster, it's a lefty. Okay, so we got two left in this box, and I think I know what these are, and I think these are going to appeal to a few of you out there. We've sold a lot of these recently. Now this one, very, very nice, as you can see. This one's 1961 Gibson ES330 in very vibrant cherry red colour with a brown Lifton case, which on its own is worth quite a bit. This is in very nice condition. It's all original as far as I can tell. I haven't looked at it closely, but it appears to me to be in original condition. It's quite unique for 1961 having this deep cherry red, and it was made during the period after the watermelon red, and before they went over to the brighter cherry red later in '62, which most of the '60s SG are finished in. But the 1961 ES330s have this really nice deep cherry red, which seems to be only in 1961 and early '62. Has the original no-wire tunematic bridge, the original shallow knobs, and is really nice. And I think it has, it's got flat wound strings on as well, which is pretty cool. And also included is a book of guitar chords by Mel Bay. Right, this one, the final guitar in this box of treasures here, I know what this is, and it's pretty much very similar to what we just taken out, but it's a year earlier, it's 1960, and it's obviously sunburst. It's a TD rather than a TDC. So this is a 1960 Gibson ES330 TD in, again, really nice condition, with a Lifton brown case, which is what everyone likes with these things. Cool guitar, all original. Again, so far as we can tell, we haven't actually been through all of these guitars yet. This one looks like it's got slightly later tuners, but we've probably got some original ones which we can put on. We haven't been through all of these guitars in detail, they've only just arrived, so that we may find that there's been bits changed inside when we look through them, but it looks like this one's in very good condition and all original. It's missing a dot there, but we've got some dots.
We've got dots?
Yeah, we've got dots, so we will make sure before it goes up on the website that that dot on the 19th fret is replaced. Original frets as well, and very nice. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. Right. This one looks lovely, actually. Now this is quite a special one. It's a 1952 Gibson Les Paul gold top. It's the reason this one's quite special is because one of the very first of the gold tops released in 1952, and you can tell it's one of the first because it has no neck binding. It's an unbound fingerboard. It has no serial number on the back, and it has these nice big tall knobs, and it has these two diagonal screws on the pickup cover as well. And not only that, let me just take it out. When we post pictures on the website, what you will see also is that the cavity routing in here is completely different to the Les Pauls, which came along slightly later in 1952 and remained so until modern era. The routing in here is quite different. It's a lot squarer, but you'll see the pictures when we post it on the website. Very cool guitar, mixture of crosshead and slot screws, including the slot screws on the strap buttons. We've got these at the moment are non-original tuners, but we do have originals which we will put on before it gets sold. And it's really in pretty cool condition and a good weight as well. Have a look at that.
The colour of it's a little different to like normal.
Yes.
50s gold top.
It's darker, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
It really does, yeah. This is a 1956 Gibson Les Paul Jr. It's had a life, basically. It's had a good life. It's probably got quite a few stories to tell. It's not in mint condition, as you can see. It's had a very well done bridge repair here, which means that the studs are nice and straight and the thing intonates and plays in tune. In fact, it's survived the entire journey in tune, so it just shows how well the bridge repair was. It's not got the correct knobs on, but we may be able to find something better than what's on there. However, the knobs on there do look quite funky, and it sort of matches the condition of the guitar. We do have a backplate for it as well. That's being posted to us, so before it's sold, it will have the original backplate. But there's no breaks, no repairs, no finish issues, no overspray, nothing like that. Just a good, honest guitar, which probably sounds really nice, I would say.
All Juniors sound great.
All Juniors sound great.
They do, don't they?
Yeah. It's the ones which have been well played and well used usually sound amazing, and this looks to be one of them. This one's got some interesting stickers. Right. But we haven't had one of these for a while. This one's an interesting guitar. This is a 1972, probably 1972, but we haven't dated it properly yet. 1972, and it was called a Gibson Les Paul 58 reissue. But as you can see, it's not a 58 reissue at all. It's more like a 54. And the interesting thing about this guitar is that it was introduced along with a black Les Paul Black Beauty in 1971, and it was available from 1971 to 1973. There was actually one in 1974, but this one is probably 1972, which is when most of them were made. Yeah, this guitar was produced when Gibson were in the throes of Norlin, and the quality had dropped. But this guitar goes back to the 50s in that it has a one-piece neck, no volute, small headstock, one-piece body as well, and no guitar at that time produced by Gibson under the Norlin banner looked anything like this at all. And it's a really cool guitar. It's got the wrap over bridge like the 54 Gold Tops did. Most of these were pretty heavy, but this one is not too bad. This is a 1962 slab-board Fender Stratocaster. It's been refinished. It's been refinished pretty well as well. It's a good colour match,
yep,
isn't it?
It's good
for a 62. Very good. And again, we haven't had a look at this in great detail, but so far as what I can tell at the moment, all the hardware looks to be original. Pickguard does. Pickups look good, as does the bridge, etc. So obviously we'll study it in great detail and post pics on the website like we always do, and give you a lowdown what's been changed, if anything, on it. But it looks a really nice guitar, excellent finish, mostly all original hardware by the look of it, and this is one of the very popular things we have. Pre-CBS Strats don't last around here very long at all, and I think this will be no exception. It's also a pretty good weight as well.
It's had a refret, hasn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
It's had a refret, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, 3 more left, and they're all brown cases, so you know they're all going to be pretty cool. When you see a brown case, it's generally a good day. Right, this one is quite nice, and again pretty special. It's another SG Les Paul standard, but this one's got some unique features. It's one of the very first Les Paul SG standards to be introduced in 1960. This one's a 1960 version. It's not got Les Paul anywhere on the guitar at all. The reason being, Les Paul was in the middle of a divorce with Mary Ford at the time, and he couldn't put his name on any guitars at all, or he didn't want to put his name on any guitars. The divorce was resolved later on in 1960, so from 1961 they were able to put Les Paul's name on the truss rod cover, but this one doesn't have Les Paul's name on it anywhere. It's got a few other unique features to the very first issues of these guitars as well. It's got, over here, it's got an inked on serial number, which is exactly the same as you'd see on a burst, and the inked on serial number starts with a 0, which is pretty cool. It's got this unique, at the time, heel joint, which they only used on the first issues of these SGs, and it's got a slightly extended pickguard which goes a bit further down towards the switch. These are all identifiers which you can use to determine whether it's the first issue or not of these really cool guitars. Again, this one's in superb condition. It's a nice lightweight. There's no neck repair, there's no headstock repair. The tuners look as if they've been changed, but we've got the originals which we're going to put on before it gets listed on the website. And it's in really nice condition. Right, this is, for me, I know what this is. This is probably one of the most exciting items in the collection. And I doubt if you've ever seen one of these before.
That's different.
That is different, isn't it? Yeah. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. What this is, well, we have to do a bit of history delving into this to see if we can find out. But it is a 1953 Gibson Les Paul gold top, which has been refinished. We think it could more than likely have been refinished at the factory because the quality of the finish is so good, and it's identical to another guitar which I'm going to show you a bit later on. What we think could have happened is somebody brought their 53 gold top to the Gibson factory with a broken tailpiece. It was probably an all gold version, so the gold had worn off really badly, which happened into the all gold versions of these, and in 1953 there were a lot of those all gold ones released. So they probably brought it to Gibson and said, we've got a broken tailpiece and I want the guitar refinished, can you do it? Gibson didn't have any tailpieces left, so what we've got on here is a very thin ABR1, original ABR1, which was only made for a short time in 1958. It's not been shaved, it's a cast ABR1, and it was used on the first generation of the ES335s with the unbound neck. And it was only used for a short time. Most of them had snapped over time because they just couldn't stand the pressure of the big strings. But this one is resting on the top, so there's no danger of it snapping. We got an ES140 tailpiece, and it works. It works really well. And not only that, it plays really good, and it looks absolutely incredible. This one has also been played left-handed. It's got a small hole there for a pickguard, and it's got, somebody's put some dots on this side of the fingerboard, but again, we need to check this one over, but we think the electrics are all original on this. So the pickups certainly look it. The plastic looks original, and it's just in this gorgeous cardinal red finish. Now, I know what you're thinking, Gibson didn't do cardinal red in 1959. Well, the next guitar I'm going to show you dispels that myth, and it is identical in finish to this, but in the meantime, just look at this. This is probably my favourite of the entire collection, and I think this one's going to be pretty popular. Right, one more left. And I know what this is, and this is very exciting. And thank you for staying to the end. Hopefully you won't be disappointed. Right, look at this. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Anyone?
No, we haven't, no.
No, okay. Right then, okay, so this one is a 1959 Gibson ES330 finished in original factory cardinal red. Now, it comes with a letter from Matt Kohler of Gibson saying that this guitar with its fond number was one of 3 finished in red in 1959. the other two being a 2 pickup ES330, which we know where that one is, and a Gibson Les Paul Special. But this is one of those, the 3 finished in this paint in 1959, and it is recorded in the ledgers of 1959 that it's an ES330 in red. And Matt from Gibson goes on to say that at the time it was recorded as red, but the red later became cardinal red when they introduced the Firebirds in the mid-60s. But this is probably only one of one. Well, I'm pretty certain it is one of one, and you won't find another one quite like this. Look at the finish. It's in excellent condition. There's hardly any marks on there, no issues at all, no repairs, no breaks, all completely original, down to the frets, the nut and everything. The hardware's in brilliant condition, hardly unfaded, and it just looks amazing. Now, one theory we have, which is still a theory at the moment, but we'll try and prove it, is that maybe this guitar in 1959 was sprayed at the same time as our Cardinal Red, which you've just seen, Les Paul Gold Top. And wouldn't it be cool if that was sprayed in 1959 the same time as this, using the same batch of paint? They are with slight bit of fade difference, but I think you can tell these colours are absolutely identical, and the way they've been finished is absolutely identical as well. So we've got some interesting history to do on this one, and it's great that we've actually got an original 1959 Cardinal Red ES330 in to compare it with as well. It makes our life a lot easier. But these last two, I think, are absolutely stunning guitars, and we're going to make a Christmas card featuring these guitars and some holly and stuff like that, and so keep an eye open for that. Right, final thing is this box here. This, as you can probably tell, does not contain a guitar. In fact, if it did, we'd be pretty worried. However, what this contains is 2 microphones. Sometimes when I go to guitar show, there's bits of Pro Audio which I tend to buy because I used to work in studios, as some of you might know, and when I see some of this stuff, I can't resist it, especially if it's reasonably priced. So what we got here is a Neumann U89 microphone. This is really good on guitars. When I was working in studios, we used to use these together with an SM57 miking up Marshalls, and it sounded great. It's very similar to a U87, but it has less of a proximity boom to it, so it works well on guitars. This, I'm guessing, is probably from the 90s, I would say, and it's in very cool condition. Nice discreet preamp stage in here. It can handle a guitar cab at full volume, and yeah, as I say, we used to use these a lot. So this will be for sale at a reasonable price once we get it on our website. And also, what we have here is, you basically can't be seen on the internet if you're doing a podcast or any kind of news program on the internet unless you have one of these in front of you. This is a Shure SM7B, everyone's favourite. This particular one is brand new. It's got the manufacturer's sealing on there, and it will be sold at a very reasonable price, a lot less than what a brand new one would normally cost. This is new old stock, and if you're starting a YouTube channel or you're starting to do podcasts, then you should be very interested in this one. Okay, well, thanks very much for staying with us right until the end of the video. I'm sure you'll agree that it was worth your while when you see what we have here as our last 2 guitars. tell us which guitar was your favourite in the comments. Just say what you like. Please also subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and feel free to make any comments you can on it. This is only our second unboxing. They've proven to be quite popular, so we'll look forward to the third unboxing, which we'll be doing sometime late January. So thanks very much for watching, and have a lovely Christmas.